I know you think it's going to be the storage unit, but I'm just going to put that rumor to rest because it's not. I will definitely not be getting rid of the storage unit until we have a place to move because I love my stuff. I don't want to get rid of my stuff. Not going to happen. Plus, I'm going to need it when we move. I don't want to have to re-buy everything. COVID is killing all of us. I mean, I know it. You're struggling. I'm struggling. Our children are struggling. Yeah, I get it. So recently, COVID really impacted us in that it wasn't that anybody in my family got it. I'm praying that doesn't happen, especially in this household. But we had a family member that is really, really struggling because of some cutbacks at the office. And we want to help that person, but our budget is already tight. So if you think back a couple of weeks where I talk about how we had co-signed on a loan years ago and that they had defaulted on the loan or were going to default, it's actually in deferment right now, but they were never going to be able to pay that loan. So we had decided we were going to take out a loan with Navy Federal to pay off in full this school loan and just transfer it so it was under Mauricio's name, and the interest rate was much, much better, and it was just significantly easier to make those payments. Well, that has in turn made our budget super tight because we have now obligated ourselves to pay. I think the very minimum payment is like just under $1,700 or $1,600. And so it's going to start coming due at the beginning of November. And now we have this family member who is really struggling because of cutbacks, because of COVID, and we really want to help this person. But since we just signed those papers obligating ourselves to pay off the debt faster, the amount we can help was significantly less. But as family first believers, we just can't let a single mom that we love starve and her baby. I mean, we can't do that. We can't allow that to happen. And they don't live in an area where they can just, dump everything and come live with us. Plus, we don't really have the space for them here, even if they did. So we knew we had to find a way to help. And the only way that we could find to help was cutting back even farther. And that meant cutting way back. Cutting things that for a while we never ever thought we would cut. So Mauricio and I sat down for about an hour one evening and we went over our budget in detail. And we found 3 things that we can cut out of our budget that have a significant impact on our finances. And one thing we should probably, but we won't. And honestly, I'm not excited about cutting any of them out, but it is far more important to me to help in this situation than it is for me to have these little luxuries in life. And hopefully it'll only be short term, but who knows, I may cut them out and I may not miss them at all. And I gotta tell you, the third one is shocking to me that I'm willing to even consider this. So yeah, stick around till the end. Maybe you won't think it's shocking. Maybe you followed me for long enough time that you're like, finally, what were you thinking? Let's start with the one thing that we should cut out, but we won't, and that's our charitable giving. So the reason we're not going to do that is because the place we give to sets their budget based on committed donations. And we committed a certain amount of money to this particular location every month. And we always live up to our commitments. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. That's just my nature. And because they make their annual budget based on these commitments, I don't feel okay cutting that out. So the first thing I'm cutting is V and Kaylee from Weird Digital Marketing. And this one hurts me for so many reasons. And I think what hurts me more than anything is I know that they've come to depend on the income I give them. But I also know they are so amazing that they'll turn everything around and they're going to bounce right back. And they're probably already bouncing back right now. And when this is all over, I absolutely will go back to them because me and Kaylee are amazing and so helpful to me. So if you're ever looking for a digital marketing team, oh my goodness, I can't even recommend them enough. So the second one hurts a lot, and that is Home Chef. Yeah, so the video I made last week, I don't know if you saw it, but I compared the cost of buying Home Chef to the cost of groceries. And I basically went through the whole video and broke it down bit by bit so you could see how much it would cost for me to make each Home Chef recipe if I went directly to the store and bought the groceries. And while the cost was not significantly different for having to buy all the groceries, the cost was significantly different if I had to use up what I had on hand. So at least for a few months, we're going to cut out Home Chef and we're going to compare the overall cost of our groceries to before we had Home Chef and after we had Home Chef. So what does this mean? It means I'm going to be meal planning for now. And I've been thinking about maybe putting up my meal plans on my blog. So if you want to steal them, you can sign up for my newsletter and they'll notify you of when each of those blogs go live. Haven't decided 100% yet. We'll see. So the big one, and this one is so shocking that I was even willing to consider it. We changed the password on our Amazon account and I don't have it anymore. So I can't get into Amazon without asking Mauricio, which is a pain in the butt. We aren't canceling our Amazon Prime membership because we actually still use Subscribe and Save, and it's significantly cheaper for the things that we have figured out to purchase on Subscribe and Save. So we don't want to cancel our Prime membership at all. And there are tons of things that are cheaper on Amazon. Not everything, but it was becoming just too easy to buy things on Amazon. So now what I'm going to have to do is when I need something on Amazon, I'm going to tell Mauricio and I'm going to send him a link because I can still look on Amazon. I just can't buy anything, but I can see everything on Amazon. So I'll send him a link and say, hey, can you please order this? And he will have to decide if it's worthy of purchasing or question me, why do we need this and whatever. So if you are interested in seeing my monthly budget before, I'll put that one right up over here because next week we're revamping the whole budget. So you might want to watch that before you watch next week's video. So I'll see you in the next one.